This podcast is sponsored by sciencebased.learning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at sciencebased.learning.com.
Mastering Passive Voice in Spanish, a guide. Learn how to use the Spanish passive voice with ser plus past participle, with examples and exceptions to enhance your language skills. Understanding the passive voice in Spanish, ser plus past participle. Mastering the passive voice in Spanish can often be a challenging undertaking for English speakers. However, unraveling its structure can open new dimensions of expression in Spanish communication. The passive voice in Spanish leverages the verb ser combined with a past participle, ensuring agreement in gender and number with the subject. The essential structure of the passive voice in Spanish mirrors that of English, albeit with some specific nuances. By focusing on the following elements, learning to construct passive sentences becomes less daunting. Construction of the passive voice. The fundamental formula for the passive voice in Spanish is subject plus ser plus past participle plus agent. Let's elucidate this by examining an example. Active. El escritor escribió el libro. The writer wrote the book. Passive. El libro fue escrito por el escritor. The book was written by the writer. In this example, fue represents the past tense of ser, and escrito, the past participle, agrees in number and gender with el libro, which is masculine and singular. The rule of agreement. The past participle must reflect the gender and number of the subject. Consider. La carta fue escrita por María. The letter was written by María. Los documentos fueron revisados por el abogado. The documents were reviewed by the lawyer. In these samples, escrita and revisados are adjusted to align with the subjects la carta and los documentos respectively. Exceptions and limitations. While the passive voice is an integral component of Spanish grammar, it's noteworthy that its usage is more limited compared to English. Often, Spanish favors the active voice or uses alternative constructions like the SE, passive. Consider. Instead of la tarea fue completada por los estudiantes, use. La tarea se completó por los estudiantes. This SE construction is frequently more idiomatic and expresses the same passive concept more naturally. Moreover, the agent or the one performing the action in passive sentences is sometimes omitted if it is not essential to understand who did the action, allowing passive structures like la puerta fue cerrada. The door was closed. Practical application. Employing the passive voice in Spanish empowers learners to accentuate different parts of their narrative, enhancing both written and spoken communication. Remember, practice is key to mastering these constructions and recognizing when alternative forms render the intended meaning more effectively. For a comprehensive exploration of grammar and its practical implications, learn more at sciencebased.learning.com. To gain access to additional resources and expand your learning journey, get your copy today.